We're going to be talking about cranks. Long cranks, short cranks, what's the way to go?
I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far, and I'll be right where you are.
Back with Mark Spork, and he's here to talk to us about cranks today. Tell us about these cranks, Mark.
They're short, sir. Much shorter. You can see that they've been chopped. So, the reason they're shorter is because I chopped them. And the reason I chopped them is because I wanted to try to lower the bottom bracket of the bike, and you get less clearance, and then you start smashing your pedals.
Right.
So then you can shorten your cranks. But most people think you're going to get a lot less power from
Less
it.
torque, right?
Less torque.
Right.
Because it's shorter.
We got better cadence.
But you got better cadence. And so there have been some people that did some tests, and they found that between 190 and 145 there was no real difference in power on relatively tall people, and I'm not a relatively tall person, and so for me it was fine to shorten. And surprisingly, even with the stock chainring, it still goes up hills fairly well.
How short is it?
They're 145s.
145s. You can't even buy 145s.
You can for clown bikes, but yeah.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful. You know it's going to be even beautiful.
So we're here today to talk about Julian's cranks. How you going, Julian?
Going good.
Right, let's check out this. This is the Forbidden Dreadnought. You can see that with the full cool sick link. Now tell us about these cranks you got here, mate.
They're the 5 dev alloy cranks.
Sweet. What do they weigh?
Can't remember actually.
Look at that, man. All cut out. Beautiful. They're really beautiful. How much they cost you, mate?
I think they're about $550 US.
Wow. $550 US? Man, that's crazy. So, how long are they?
165.
Why'd you go 165 and not 175 or 170?
I went a bit shorter for knee, just for the rotations and a bit more clearance.
Bit more clearance. Did you find
long,
like you were hitting the pedals before and stuff like that?
Yeah. The Dreadnought's pretty long and low, so shortened up the cranks to help with clearance.
Here you see my Giga. It's come with 170 cranks. I'm hitting my cranks, I'm hitting the bottom part of the cranks and the pedals. They're getting smashed up. So what I'm going to try and do is I bought some 165 cranks, and I'm going to see if that's going to help. Because as you know, these bikes have gotten much longer in the last 5 years, much lower, and much bigger travel, so more sag, so the bottom bracket's gonna come even lower to the ground. So let's swap them over and let's see what happens. See if the riding improves. So I should note that when you buy new cranks, they don't actually come with the tool that you need to take the chainring off. So you need to buy an aftermarket tool on the website. I got this on eBay. It was like $10 or something like that. Well, the question, are shorter cranks better? Well, what does science say? In a study in 2001 by Martin and Spruduso, basically they did a test of a wide range of cranks from 120mm to 220mm. And the bottom line was that shorter is better. How short? Well, as short as 145mm. Anything from 145 according to the study and 190 was optimal. So basically the main takeaway from all the published science, and I'll put the links down below so you can read them for yourself if you want to, is that crank length doesn't affect pedaling performance, and there is a great possible advantage to shorter cranks. So, were shorter cranks better for me? After thoroughly testing my shorter cranks, I've come to the conclusion that maybe they're not quite right for me. Let me explain. First of all, I have a condition. When my kneecap's straight, my foot actually comes off to the side almost to a 45-degree angle. So what I was finding was when I was pedaling my bike long term, I would get back aches, knee aches, and some hip tension as well. So, in a nutshell, I decided to change them back. But for most people, according to science and according to what my friends are doing, they've actually shortened their cranks and they've found that they've got more clearance, that their hip pain, knee pain has gone away if they were experiencing it. So it's a real subjective thing. For me, it didn't work out to be a better thing, but I think for most of you out there, it will. So get some shorter cranks, test them out, and have fun on the trails.